Hello everyone, it's Mr. ShAx here, and today we are starting our lofty campaign start as Cambridge United manager. I thought I'd start off low-key because Cambridge's got a bit close to my heart. I've got a lot of family living in Cambridge, and I just thought, you know, as the first video, we start off low-key as the Cambridge manager, so why not? So I've all started here, it's all good, you know, new boss, you know. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get the training sorted. Now I've already sort of set it all up with the training stuff, so God, this team looks horrendous. But of course obviously you've got to start off somewhere, so thought we get off with training. Now I'm not going to do any of these training sessions because to be honest, who actually does the training? So I'm just going to simulate it, see everyone's getting off. A's and C's and B's across the board, not too bad. So let's get on to the difficult stuff. So first things first, got to see how the squad's looking. Of course, don't really know the team that well, so we're just going to see where we're looking. So set as a 4-2-2-2 formation, which personally not what I'm keen on. So for a club like this, you're probably better off playing it easy. So knock it to an old school 4-4-2. So two strikers, centre mids, right mids. So what have we got? Let's see, Taft. Again, don't know any of these players, so it might take us a while to get our heads around this, but sure it won't take too long. Let's see, so change you. Put in actual left winger. Taylor is the captain, 29. Doesn't have any traits to say about, but why not? So, what else we got here? Oops. I might play you centre mid. See how that goes. So that's the team. So first things first, save that. Don't know what I'm working with money wise. Million transfer budget and 14k. I could edit it a little bit, but then the wage bucket goes down. 60-40, yeah, that's fine enough. So as Cambridge manager, what are my targets? Youth players, that's normal, that's low priority. Brand exposure, I'm not even going to consider that. Financial, keep player salary growth under 20%. Well, I think that's pretty reasonable considering. So let's have a look, shall we? Of course, I'm not going to be signing Mbappe's and Neymar's and Griezmann's and what have you with a lowly budget like that. Of course, we have signed up for a pre-season tournament because if you win it, you get money, which is money we will definitely be needing at some point. So I'm going to skip forward here and just see how we're going. This probably won't be a long series if I'm quite honest, because well, it's FIFA 20, FIFA 21's out reasonably soon. Of course, nobody really wants to go back to old games unless it's of course for Ultimate Team nostalgia and what have you. But greetings boss, on behalf of the whole team I'd like to give you a warm welcome to Cambridge. Lovely. Got to be a bit stern, so got a long season ahead of us, Greg. I'm expecting nothing but the very best out of you and the lads. You know, set your stall down, make sure you know who's boss. Okay, so I've got a first game against Random. Of course, before I'm going to go into that, I am actually going to go on the transfer market and see what we're actually working with. Because first things first, if I'm quite honest, I will probably want another striker if I'm quite honest. So let's have a look round, see. Nope, don't want to do that. So probably the best thing for this is trying to see if you can get any free agents, really. I mean, let's be honest, you haven't got to pay the transfer fee, and you just want to see what you're working with. But then the problem you have is yeah, these all look absolutely horrendous. Yeah, sort of 30s, 26s. You don't really want to be going there. So I suppose the next thing to do really is to see if anyone's for loan. Might not be loads, but could be a couple here worth having looking at. Teray Cole, 18. Rio Griffiths. But see, this is important, but you've actually got to see if they're actually any half decent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get scouting, and then I'm going to shortlist them. And then I suppose a new winger wouldn't hurt. It's not too bad to actually look at these people and see how they look. Of course, you haven't got to go buying money straight away. But then the problem is, though, you do need to sell to buy. I mean, that's just football in a nutshell, really, isn't it? So I'm going to go to the squad hub and see what we're working with. So if I go over to financial, who's worth the most money in the club? No, it's Jack Rolls. It's worth 900k. Of course, he's going to be in my starting lineup, and he's on loan, so that doesn't help. Well, interesting to see what we're really working here, really. I mean, you're not going to have your 300 million rating players here. I suppose the only thing to really look at is sort of the age. I mean, if you've got people in your 30s, you don't really want to be, yeah, see, look, not even going to try and pronounce that. He's got a year left on his contract. He's worth 40k. Might get some money for him, so I'll try putting him up. So, right. First game in charge. Friendly en route. So, we're going to get stuck in with this. Right, so here we go, guys. First game in charge. See how we get on. It's only a friendly, so not the end of the world if we lose it. It's more bothering when you get to the league games as such, but see how we get on.
Perfect pitch on a perfect day in this stadium. Martin Tyler here. Alan Smith, as usual, has joined me.
Here we go. First game, and we're kicked off.
Today comes from the European International Cup, first group stage game. This looks like a really good game, Alan.
Yeah, hi Martin. Really looking forward to this. I mean, Preseason has changed so much over the years. You can't get fit out of the limelight, in the shadows anymore.
So a lot of these players handle like a bus, really. I mean, obviously, when you play FIFA as much as you do, you tend to get used to playing with the good players, and not so often you get to play with
probably one of the two front
what is effectively a load of gold rare, non-rare players, really.
I think so. If they start getting overloaded in the middle of the park, that's always an option for this manager, who does like to fill his midfield.
He will be furious with himself for such a poor pass. On the attack here.
Get stuck in. That's not a good pass. Oh dear. Ooh, that's a good tackle. No. Ooh. Got away finally. No, still not clear. Get your foot for it. That's it.
Blocked off the pass there. Great tackling technique to win the ball cleanly. Now he wants to take them on.
Good pass there.
Now O'Neill.
Out wide. Oh, that's a lovely ball as well. Anyone with him? Oh no, managed to keep it. That's good. Of course, like I said, this might not necessarily be a long series, what with FIFA coming out soon, so
Proper clearance.
hopefully once the
Well
new
away
game's
from the
out,
danger
I will
zone.
probably be might do the career mode maybe, but it'll probably be just sticking maybe with Ultimate Team just to start off with, because I'm sure that's what the people want to watch.
Boots, it seems.
Because like I said, this is my very first channel, or I should say video on the channel rather. So of course it's very early doors about how we do and what we've got planned, but hopefully I can churn out the content and gets people excited for the new FIFA. You can call this more of a warm-up game more than anything for the new game, but who knows.
Absolutely vital. Well, so far in this pre-season tournament, the teams actually working quite hard, aren't they? Sometimes you sort of feel this early stage of this tournament in Europe, you might get players just almost not walking pace, but you know what I mean, not nowhere near full throttle, but it's not been too bad, has it?
No, it hasn't. Pace has been decent. I mean, it's a much different scenario these days. You can travel all over the world for these pre-season tournaments.
I mean, the target really for this sort of mini-series, as you call it, is get them up at least a division. I'm not sure I'm going to go all the way to the Premier League, because let's be honest, by the time I get that all done, the new game will probably be out for at least 2 months. So I don't think anyone would really want to see old FIFA content like that. They'd like to see the new stuff, obviously. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far we get with this. We might get reasonably far promotion, or we might not get anywhere at all, but still interesting to see what unfolds in the next few episodes.
It's a very good interception. Patient play as they try to get the goal that will put them in front. Now O'Neill.
So we moved it on a bit. The first half was a bit of a drab, really. Just didn't really get any much chances. They had a half decent chance, but you know, thought to knock it on, because let's be honest, you don't want to sit here and watch the whole game. You want to just not so much skim through it, but you know, just see the main highlights of it, because they just kicked off the second half, mind you, but didn't really miss much, to be quite honest. So we've started the second half here again. I'm not going to show you all the game, just we'll knock it forward to when the final whistle is up. Hopefully we get a win. I mean, a draw wouldn't be catastrophic, first game in charge, but it's only a friendly, so nothing too much to worry about there. That's a nice ball. Nearly.
Good one-on-one defending with the tackle.
Cross in.
Done well to get it wide.
You do notice the difference when you play a lot of Ultimate Team and then you come on to career mode with a one-star team like Cambridge. You do notice the difference straight away. You know, the pace of the players, the passing, the dribbling.
Now out on the wing.
But it's interesting. It's nice to, you know, start off from small stuff and work your way up as such.
But it's finally been stopped now. Players done well here.
Terrible pass.
Direction of the pass, really. Right idea, but couldn't find his man. It's out over the touchline. Let play go, and now.
Not quite sure what that was for, but
the yellow card.
Yeah, you could see the ref
had
hadn't seen it, but he wanted to give the team a chance.
Substitution time.
Probably going to make a sub now. You think you get more subs than friendlies? I'm not quite sure. So take off my winger. I'm going to put on Maris. He can play left mid, so why not?
Encouraging play from this team now. Keeping the ball. Important touch from the defender there. Davis.
A bit more like it. Nope, spoke too soon.
And it's been an hour of very good football here. We've still got 30 more minutes to go, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy that as well. Good width in the attack here. Look, keeper's ball, no question about that.
Got that, easy peasy.
Really. Attack.
So that's the end of the game. Only drew 0-0. I mean, it's not disastrous as a start, and it's not too brilliant really, but it's not too bad. 0-0 in the first game. Nothing really much happened, as you can tell by the stats there. Opposition had nothing. Did miss a bit of a sitter off camera near the end, but at the end of the day, this is what these friendlies are for, aren't they? Just to see how your team gels. You know, only the first game in charge, so nothing too disastrous. So back to the menu here. Of course, yeah, chance missed there at the end, but again, it's only a friendly. So on to the next game. I'm going to make some changes because you need to see really how your team operates. So change a couple of people around here. Change the goalies around. Chuck on Coca, I think his name is. Just see what I'm working with really here. It could be awful, it could be good, who knows, but you never know here really, do you? It's just FIFA. So I actually got an offer for someone already. So that is my centre mid, O'Neill. It's worth 200k, but they're only offering me 190. Now, personally, I think this guy looks like he could do an offer for me, so I'm actually going to go and reject that. Because I feel he might be a player worth keeping. Of course, you can't sell your whole team to make money, I get that. You're going to have to sell the odd person. So here we are, next game is against Sparta Rotterdam, I think it is, yeah, Dutch team. But at the standings, looks like they actually lost their first game, which is handy for me. But actually what I am going to do now is I am going to have a good look on the transfer market now, because after that I had absolutely no hope in midfield, if I'm quite honest. It looked a bit lazy. So there's a transfer hub. Looks like he doesn't actually want to leave, apparently, according to this. And he doesn't look like he wants to leave either. Not actually scouted him enough yet to actually see what he's on a week, which is probably going to be the main problem you've got here. So I am going to see. Now I do know this dude on settings. I've had him on previous manager modes, and he's actually not a bad player, to be honest. His rating does go up quite a lot, so I'm going to scout him as well. But pickings are very small at the minute, really, very slim. This player doesn't look too bad. He looks like he could be very pacey in the future. Good acceleration. So I'm going to scout him as well and shortlist him. Tyler Walker, again pacey. That's about it really. But I'll scout you and shortlist you as well. So this is our first sort of transfer negotiation thing. I mean, we did try and go for the other fella off camera. I've forgotten his name already, but he just didn't want to relocate. He just didn't want to come to Cambridge, and well, to God knows, I don't really blame him, to be honest. But so instead we're going in for Trey Cole, a winger from Arsenal. He's only 18s, and we're going to try and get him on loan. I'm sure the actual loan won't be the problem in the end. It's probably just agreeing with, well, at the end of the day, money really. I mean, we have a very, very low budget of 11,000. They want us to pay the majority of it, and to be quite honest, I'm not keen on that because, well, a club like Arsenal, they've got enough money to hang around. So I'm going to try and test the waters and see if they'll go 60-40. But I have a funny feeling they won't accept that. No, see, they want to go 50-50. 50 is not too bad. It's on 2,000. So I will go for that. But then, of course, the main problem you got is if the player actually even wants to come in the first place. So that's ongoing at the minute. I have got a couple more people scouted at the moment. I did get rid of the other one that I was trying on. Again, forgotten his name. But we are sort of in the market for wherever, really. So move on to that. I did sim the last friendly game, lost 2-0. Obviously you can't tell from a sim, but it's nothing too extravagant, really. So what we'll do now is we will probably sim this one as well. I don't want to do that. I actually want to change the squad first. Some players do look quite tired, especially Mullin. So I'll chuck on a couple more people from the previous game, because you've got to get a sense of feel for what players you're going to be using in and out. So I'm going to take the winger off and try you. Put Taft back in. Give this fella a go, Jones. Bit on the old side, but nothing too bad. Right. Okay, so again, I'm going to sim it. You never know, we might win, we might not, but end of the day, you're going to get money regardless of whether you play through here, and every little penny will help. And see, yeah, we lost again. Bit close this time, managed to get a goal near the end, but again, a loss is a loss. I'm not sure we've done enough to stay in it, and no, we're out. So, not the best of starts. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we got £270,000, which will be very handy. Of course, the board aren't too bothered. Too bad you didn't make out the group stage. We still have confidence in your abilities. Of course, they're not going to sack you for losing a couple of friendly games, are they now? But well, the season is ahead. We'll have a look at what we're up against in League Two. So yeah, I've got some good teams here. You've got, of course, Colchester, which I live near, and Plymouth Argyle, Salford City, of course, which are owned by a lot of Man United players. So they're always going to be a thing. Plymouth Argyle. Of course, yeah, no big heavy hitters there, obviously, because being in League Two, but you still can't knock it. Of course, we've got Bradford opening day of the season, which won't be hard. Bradford are always up and down there. I'm not quite sure where Bradford actually finished in real life last year. I probably need to be doing more research on League Two, but of course, as an English football fan, you don't really look that far down the table. So we'll knock the simulation forward a bit. And we're going to stop. So let's have a look. So Cole was actually loaned in. He accepted it. So that's good. That's our first signing. Exciting stuff. My scout is called Forlonde. Oh dear. So let's have a look at his scout report. So he's got quite a hefty wage. 5'8". Don't think that's going to be feasible, to be quite honest. Because I think what this game likes to do is if you offer one player too much money rather than the whole team, the board don't like that and they get a bit antsy. So if we actually look on the financial part of things, yeah, the average player is actually the highest earner at the club now since we've signed him. But yeah, you're looking at your 3Ks, your 2Ks. Yeah, so anyone sort of over 3K, 4K would probably be pushing it too far. But yeah, so there is still wiggle room to sign somewhere else. So we'll see if anyone else has come forward as well. So Dijon Sterling, so he earns 2.5, 2 and a bit a week. It's worth £1 million. Could see if they're interested in loaning, but no, they're not. So he's not going to be even remotely feasible. Knock on to someone else. Not even going to try and pronouncing that name. But again, he looks more feasible. He's on very low wage. And now I see Tyler Walker's going to be nowhere near affordable. He's on 10 grand a week. It's much more than that bloke. So I am going to have to take him off and him off. I'm going to wait until he's been scouted more, because I don't have a clue what his overall is in a minute. We could sign him, he could be rock bottom low. Okay, let's move that on. Oh, I'm going to stop because we've got some emails to look at. Scouts, scouts and scouts. So let's have a look at a Polish fella. So 63 rated, that's not too bad to be quite honest. So might go for him a little bit later or maybe off screen, but I am probably going to leave it there for today. I mean, slow start, you know, draw, a couple of losses, nothing to shout about. But of course, like I said, this is early doors. So thanks for watching everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video for more content, and I will see you later on.